you think of muscle cars, you picture Mustangs and Camaros. But there's a whole world of massive, powerful, and luxurious Detroit muscle titans that commanded the streets and the country clubs alike. From the early 1960s to the early 1970s, Detroit's automakers didn't just want to dominate with horsepower. They wanted to show that muscle and sophistication could coexist. They were the muscle cars you could take to a fancy dinner, cruise the boulevard in style, or unleash on the street with equal confidence. It was an era of bold engineering where power was king, but refinement was queen. Mercury Marauder X100, the luxury bruiser. The 1969 Mercury Marauder X100 is a perfect example of full-size muscle's luxury edge. Mercury, often overshadowed by its Ford and Lincoln siblings, sought to carve out its own niche. The Marauder X100 wasn't just a powerful car, it was a statement. With its gargantuan 429 cubic inch V8, churning out 360 horsepower, it wasn't just fast, it was a beast, wrapped in luxury. The X100 styling was aggressive but tasteful, featuring bold striping, unique badging, and a long, sleek body that screamed muscle without screaming for attention. Inside, it was all about comfort, plush seats, quality materials, and features that aligned more with luxury than stripped-down performance cars. Despite its muscle and presence, the Marauder X100 struggled to find a broad audience. With just about 8,000 units produced over 2 years, it's a rare find today. The big size worked against it in a market increasingly favoring smaller, lighter muscle cars. Pontiac Grand Prix SJ, Sophisticated Thunder. Pontiac's muscle legacy is often dominated by the GTO, but the Grand Prix SJ deserves its own chapter. The 1969 Grand Prix SJ took the personal luxury coupe concept and turned up the heat with serious muscle. At its core was a 428 cubic inch V8, delivering a monstrous 390 horsepower, making it one of the most powerful luxury coupes of its time. The SJ trim wasn't a standalone model, but a performance package that enhanced the Grand Prix's already elegant design with serious firepower. Its long hood, short deck proportions, and driver-centric interior were designed to balance performance with comfort. The SJ badge itself carried historical prestige, harking back to Duesenberg's high-performance cars from decades earlier, a subtle nod to Pontiac's muscle ambitions wrapped in sophistication. Buick Wildcat, the unexpected predator. In the early 1960s, the personal luxury coupe market was heating up, with models like the Ford Thunderbird and Cadillac Eldorado setting the tone. Buick, known more for comfort than performance, entered the arena with the Wildcat in 1962, a car that surprisingly packed a punch. The Wildcat was versatile, offered as a 4-door hardtop, 2-door coupe, or convertible, and packed a powerful 430 cubic inch V8 in its 1967 iteration, pushing out 360 horsepower. For a full-size car, that kind of power was impressive, especially when paired with Buick's signature smooth ride and luxurious appointments. Ford's 7-liter, the overlooked powerhouse. While Chevrolet's Impala SS and its legendary 427 cubic inch V8 stole headlines, Ford quietly experimented with its own full-size muscle offering. The 7-liter, built on the Galaxy platform, the 7-liter featured a 428 cubic inch engine delivering 345 horsepower. What set the 7-liter apart was the balance between muscle and luxury. It came equipped with high-end features like air conditioning, bucket seats, distinctive paint options, and a heavy-duty suspension designed to handle the power without sacrificing ride comfort. Produced in limited numbers, about 11,000 in 1966, the 7-liter didn't sell in huge volumes and quickly faded from public view. But for collectors, it's a hidden gem, representing Ford's bold foray into full-size muscle with a refined touch. Chevrolet Impala SS, the original supersport. The Chevrolet Impala SS is arguably one of the most culturally significant full-size muscle cars ever made. The SS badge, standing for supersport, became synonymous with raw power and street performance, and the Impala SS was the flagship of that movement. More than just a car, the Impala SS became a cultural icon, especially within African American communities where it featured heavily in music, movies, and urban culture. Artists like Dr. Dre and Jay-Z celebrated the car's power and style in their music videos, cementing its nostalgic muscle status. Chrysler 300. First, Limited edition legend. Chrysler's famous letter cars from the 1950s and 1960s were well known for blending luxury with serious power, standing out as some of the most prestigious and performance-oriented vehicles of their time. The 1970 Chrysler 300 Hearst was the final chapter in this iconic muscle luxury lineage, created in collaboration with the performance specialists at Hearst Performance. This limited edition muscle car combined opulence with raw power, making it a unique and highly sought-after collector's item. Only 500 units of the 300 Hearst were ever produced, instantly elevating its status to cult classic among muscle car enthusiasts and collectors alike. Unlike many of Chrysler's luxury models, the 300 Hearst featured a sporty rear spoiler that added a touch of aggressive style, signaling its muscle car credentials. Pontiac Catalina 2+2, the racing giant. While the Pontiac GTO often steals the spotlight in muscle car history, the Catalina 2+2 deserves its own serious recognition. This full-size muscle machine was a true giant both on the road and the racetrack. It wasn't just about raw power. It was about combining that power with a size and presence that commanded respect everywhere it went. Under the hood, the Catalina 2+2 packed a fire-breathing 421 cubic inch V8 engine paired with a tri-power intake system, which included 3 two-barrel carburetors. Together, they pushed out a staggering 376 horsepower, making this car a formidable force in the muscle car world. To complement the powertrain, Pontiac equipped the Catalina 2+2 with additional performance features like limited slip differentials for better traction, heavy-duty brakes for enhanced stopping power, and specialized steering systems to handle the weight and muscle under the hood. Plymouth Fury GT, defying the emissions era. By 1970, the golden age of muscle cars was beginning to face serious challenges. Increasingly strict emissions regulations, rising insurance costs, and changing consumer preferences led many to predict the end of the muscle car dream. But Plymouth refused to give up without a fight. Enter the Fury GT, a full-size two-door coupe that stood as a bold middle finger to those who thought muscle cars were finished. Under the hood, the Fury GT packed serious power. Its standard engine was a massive 440 cubic inch V8, producing a solid 350 horsepower, thanks to a reliable 4-barrel carburetor. For those craving even more muscle, Plymouth offered an optional 6-pack setup, 3 two-barrel carburetors, that pumped out an impressive 390 horsepower. This setup gave the Fury GT a commanding presence and performance that rivaled many smaller muscle cars of the era. Buick Riviera GS, America's Grand Touring champion. Inspired by the elegance and performance of European Grand Tourers, Buick introduced the Riviera in 1962 with a bold vision to provide American buyers with a luxury coupe that could stand toe-to-toe with the likes of Ferrari, Maserati, and other iconic European marques. This was no ordinary muscle or luxury car. Serious performance in a sleek, sophisticated package that turned heads on both sides of the Atlantic. Beyond raw power, the Riviera GS was celebrated for its refined interiors featuring premium materials and meticulous craftsmanship. Its distinctive styling, a blend of bold lines and elegant curves, set it apart in a crowded market. The Riviera GS proved American automotive innovation could deliver a smooth yet powerful ride, proving that muscle and luxury could coexist and compete on a global stage. Chevrolet Monte Carlo SS, luxury with a performance heart. In 1970, Chevrolet launched the Monte Carlo to tap into the growing market for personal luxury coupes, cars that offered a refined driving experience with elegant styling and plush interiors. Built on a stretched Chevelle platform, the Monte Carlo was designed to exude sophistication with long hood proportions, sculpted body lines, and a higher-end cabin that appealed to drivers who wanted more than just brute force under the hood. Most Monte Carlos came with small to mid-sized V8 engines, catering to customers prioritizing style and comfort. However, Chevrolet had something special in mind for performance enthusiasts. Though not produced in high numbers, the Monte Carlo SS 454 gained respect among collectors and muscle car lovers for its ability to blend refined luxury with true muscle car aggression. It was a classy, powerful outlier that proved you didn't have to sacrifice comfort for speed. The lost legacy of Detroit's full-size muscle. These giants were built with a unique formula, Enormous engines, luxurious appointments, and a presence that was impossible to ignore. They were the grand touring muscle cars, the muscle luxury hybrids that could effortlessly transition from the drag strip to the high-end restaurant. Collectors today chase these rare machines with fervor, recognizing that their value lies not just in horsepower, but in their rich history and cultural significance. These cars are symbols of an American era, when bigger was indeed better, when Detroit engineers dared to dream that muscle and luxury could be siblings, not rivals. So, next time you hear someone talk about muscle cars, remember the story isn't complete without these full-size Detroit giants. Cars that defined an era and continue to captivate enthusiasts more than half a century later. Which one would you park in your garage? Let us know in the comments below. These cars tell a story of power, prestige, and the audacity of American automotive innovation. And before you leave, folks, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more such content. Until next time, stay tuned.
And remember to be uniquely you.